These U.S. cities are more dangerous than ever in 2025. From sky-high murder rates to streets you shouldn't walk at night, this list will shock you. Comment your city below. Do you feel safe? Hit that subscribe button now before we reveal the top 10. Today, we journey through the complex and sometimes unsettling landscapes of our own nation. We present the top 10 most dangerous cities in America for 2025, grounded in the latest crime statistics and emerging trends. Our goal to inform, foster understanding, and spark conversation about the realities and root causes of urban danger. Let's begin. Our countdown begins in Memphis, Tennessee, a city that, in 2025, finds itself at the top of a list no one wants to lead, the epicenter of violent crime in America. Once celebrated for its rich musical heritage and vibrant culture, Memphis now faces a sobering reality. The city's reputation has been overshadowed by a surge in violence that has left residents and officials searching for answers and solutions. In neighborhoods across Memphis, the threat of aggravated assault, robbery, and homicide is ever present. These aren't just statistics. They represent real people, families, and communities living with fear. The sound of sirens and the sight of police tape have become all too familiar, painting a stark picture of daily life for many Memphians. For some, even a simple walk to the corner store can feel like a risk. The roots of this crisis run deep. Generational poverty, limited access to quality education, and a lack of economic opportunity have created fertile ground for crime to take hold. Memphis's strategic location as a major transit hub has also made it a target for drug trafficking and organized criminal activity, further complicating efforts to restore safety. In some neighborhoods, abandoned buildings and rundown streets serve as daily reminders of the challenges the city faces. Law enforcement officers in Memphis are on the front lines, working tirelessly to protect their city. But with limited resources and a high volume of calls, they are often stretched thin. Officers face not only the physical dangers of their job, but also the emotional toll of responding to violence day after day. Despite their dedication, the scale of the problem can feel overwhelming, and progress is often slow. In response, community leaders and residents have stepped up, launching neighborhood watch programs, organizing town hall meetings, and partnering with police to develop new strategies. These grassroots efforts are vital, offering hope and a sense of agency to those who refuse to let violence define their city. Still, the numbers are stark, and the need for comprehensive citywide intervention has never been more urgent. For many residents, heightened caution is now a way of life. Parents worry about their children's safety, and neighbors look out for one another with a sense of vigilance that borders on anxiety. The psychological impact is profound. Stress, fear, and uncertainty have become constant companions, shaping daily routines and long-term dreams alike. Yet Memphis is far more than its crime statistics. Its people are resilient, resourceful, and determined to reclaim their city's future. From local business owners to faith leaders, from teachers to young activists, the spirit of Memphis endures. But the call for change is urgent, and the city's resilience is being tested like never before. As the sun sets over Memphis, the city's struggles with violence echo louder than ever. The challenges are immense, but so too is the resolve of those who call Memphis home. The nation is watching, and the time for focused, sustained action is now. Next, we turn our attention to St. Louis, Missouri, a city whose skyline is instantly recognizable, yet whose reputation is often overshadowed by a persistently high murder rate. For decades, St. Louis has grappled with the harsh reality of violent crime, a challenge that has proven stubbornly resistant to change. Despite the tireless efforts of law enforcement, city officials, and community leaders, homicides and violent crimes remain alarmingly frequent. The roots of this crisis run deep. Poverty, lack of economic opportunity, the easy availability of illegal firearms, and entrenched gang activity all contribute to a cycle that is difficult to break. The impact of this violence is felt far beyond the immediate victims. Entire neighborhoods live under a cloud of fear and uncertainty, with families forced to navigate daily life amidst the threat of tragedy. Businesses hesitate to invest, and once thriving streets are now lined with shuttered storefronts and abandoned homes. Law enforcement faces immense pressure to deliver results, but the challenge is complex and multifaceted. Community programs, local activists, and neighborhood watch groups work tirelessly to build trust, provide support, and offer alternatives to violence, striving to break the cycle that has gripped the city for generations. The ripple effects are profound. Families are left traumatized, children grow up in the shadow of loss, and community events are often canceled or overshadowed by tragedy. Over time, a sense of normalcy can set in, making it even harder to inspire change and hope. St. Louis's historical significance and cultural contributions are undeniable. from its role in American expansion to its vibrant music and arts scene. Yet the ongoing struggle with violence threatens to define its present and future, demanding urgent, sustained action from all corners of the community. Still, there is hope. Across St. Louis, resilience and innovation are taking root. Community volunteers clean up streets, youth programs offer safe spaces, and neighbors come together to reclaim their city. The path forward is challenging, but the determination to turn the tide remains strong. Next, Detroit, Michigan, often celebrated for its resilience and rich cultural history, faces a persistent and heartbreaking challenge in 2025: gun violence. While the city is known for its spirit of innovation and its ability to bounce back from adversity, the shadow of gun-related crime continues to loom large over many neighborhoods. Despite years of revitalization efforts and investments in infrastructure, shootings remain a critical concern, especially in economically distressed neighborhoods where opportunities are limited and hope can feel scarce. These areas often bear the brunt of violence, with families and children living in constant uncertainty. Easy access to illegal firearms, combined with the prevalence of abandoned properties, creates an environment where law enforcement faces significant obstacles. Officers must navigate not only the physical dangers of their work, but also the complexities of communities struggling with poverty and neglect. The psychological toll on families is profound. Parents worry every time their children leave the house, and the trauma of loss or near misses lingers for years. Fear and caution shape daily routines, and the sense of safety that many take for granted is often elusive here. Yet amid the struggle, there is hope. Community groups, local leaders and volunteers work tirelessly to support victims, advocate for change, and create safe spaces. Their efforts inspire resilience and unity, but the journey to lasting safety and peace is far from over. Detroit's revival depends not only on new buildings and businesses, but on addressing both the symptoms and the root causes of violence. Only by coming together, residents, leaders, and law enforcement, can the city hope to build a future where every Detroiter feels truly safe. Next is Baltimore, Maryland. Historic, yet still battling high murder rates and gang violence. Gang activity and territorial disputes keep the city's per capita murder rate among the nation's highest. Law enforcement and community organizations work tirelessly, but progress is slow. Residents face daily risks, with violence shaping the lives of young people and families. Baltimore's challenges are deeply interconnected with poverty and social inequity. True change will require investment in education, jobs, and community rebuilding. Next, we have Cleveland, Ohio. Crime rates 150% above the national average in 2025. Property crimes and violent offenses like robbery and assault are widespread, creating constant vulnerability. Decades of industrial decline, poverty, and under-resourced services fuel the crisis. Residents live with daily vigilance, and the economic impact is severe. Law enforcement faces deep-rooted problems with limited resources. Cleveland's future depends on comprehensive strategies: economic revitalization, education, and community action. Next is Albuquerque, New Mexico. Aggravated assault is the city's most pressing crime in 2025. High rates stem from conflict escalation, substance abuse, and mental health crises. Assaults can happen anywhere, eroding personal security and trust. Law enforcement and social services work to address root causes, but challenges persist. The city's beauty contrasts with its urgent public safety issues. Solutions must go beyond enforcement to heal social fractures. Next is Bessemer, Alabama, a small city with disproportionately high rates of robbery and assault. Economic hardship and drug-related crime drive these invasive offenses. Residents and businesses adapt routines and invest in security, straining tight budgets. Law enforcement faces resource challenges, requiring targeted and proactive strategies. Bessemer's situation shows that danger isn't limited to big cities. Addressing these crimes means tackling both criminal acts and underlying socioeconomic issues. Next, we have Pine Bluff, Arkansas, small in size but with one of the nation's highest violent crime rates per capita. Homicide, robbery, and assault are alarmingly common, deeply affecting the community. Economic decline, unemployment, and population loss fuel despair and crime. Local authorities face big city problems with small city resources. The crisis touches every aspect of life, from safety to morale. Pine Bluff's story is a reminder. Small cities need comprehensive solutions too. Next is South Bend, Indiana, known for its university but facing a homicide crisis in 2025. Gun violence, escalating disputes, and possible gang activity drive the high rates. The impact traumatized families, strained services, and a damaged reputation. Prevention requires understanding local dynamics and addressing root causes. Community efforts are underway, but entrenched violence is hard to reverse. South Bend's struggle highlights the need for innovative, collaborative solutions. Lastly, we have New Orleans, Louisiana, famous for its culture, but crime remains a serious issue in 2025. Violent crime, including homicide and carjackings, persists beneath the city's festive image. Socioeconomic challenges and a pressured justice system fuel the problem. The contrast between tourist safety and resident reality is stark. Law enforcement balances tourism with protecting underserved communities. For New Orleans to thrive, addressing crime must be a top priority. We've explored 10 cities, each facing unique but interconnected safety challenges. The takeaway: awareness is the first step toward change. Stay informed, support effective solutions, and prioritize safety in your own community. Share your thoughts below. Your perspective matters. Until next time, seek understanding and be well.